Yes, hello everybody, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to introduce to you our lightweighting initiative of the Ministry for Economic Affairs and Climate Action in the next 15 minutes. And let's get started with a look on what lightweighting is about. It is a typical cross-cutting technology, as you can see here, consisting of different fields of technology, different materials, different manufacturing processes, and here, of course, networking collaboration is key to leverage the full potential of that technology to achieve especially climate action goals. And that is mainly what our initiative was and is about. It is about networking collaboration, but today that is much more. So we have set up in the last years a strategy, we have set up a funding program, and we have done a lot of work in the field of internationalization. Another interesting part of our initiative is that we are organizing conferences and meetings, and so the last conference we have organized was last week at the Hannover Fair. It was the 4th Lightweighting Summit, and our Minister Robert Habeck was one keynote speaker. And that's, from our point of view, great, because so we can raise awareness for lightweighting. We can underline how important lightweighting is for especially for climate action and for the protection of natural resources. Another interesting tool is the Leichtbau Atlas. That is a digital tool currently used by more than 1,200 companies and organizations, mostly from Germany, but more and more companies are using that from all over Europe. It is available in English, and here companies, especially from the composites community as well, have the opportunity to present their lightweighting skills and have the opportunity to find new business partners, and new business partners can find them. So it might be as well an opportunity for the composite community to network and to find new business partners. Please feel invited to get part of that European lightweighting net. Moving on to the next element of our initiative is the lightweighting strategy. We have set up a strategy for our ministry 2 years ago, and that strategy is based on a broad bottom-up process that had involved more than 350 experts from industry and research, and so we have got a great input from the experts, so we could do, from my point of view, a good job. And that is more or less what we call lightweighting 1.0. And now we are on the way to develop on that base a new strategy for the whole government that involves the other ministries dealing and responsible for lightweighting, and that strategy of our government will have a broader focus. It will focus as well on sustainability, on climate action, the protection of natural resources, and circularity. And if you like, you can call it lightweighting 2.0. And that strategy we will publish in the next months. Let's turn to the heart of our initiative, and that is a technology transfer program for lightweighting. That R&D program has started 2020 very successfully, and here you can see some goals of that R&D program. Let me mention 2 of them. The first one is, as the name says already, boosting cross-industry and cross-material knowledge and technology transfer. That's the main goal of that funding program. And another one, another goal which that is becoming more and more important is a contribution to achieving climate goals. And that underlines how important climate action is generally and specifically for lightweighting and that funding program, because that can you see here, we get quite a lot of money for doing so, and that money comes out of the climate and transformation fund of our government, and underlines how important yes, climate action is for the well-doing of lightweighting. And that program is as well open for companies, of course, research facilities and non-profit organizations. And the good thing about that is that it's open for companies from Europe and other countries in the world. If they have an office, if they have a registered office in Germany, they can get funded. If they don't have an office in Germany, they can participate as associate partner, but without a funding. More information you find in the newsletter, and the link is here down here. Yes, after 3 years we have to do a kind of a revision, and let me point out two new points of that revision. The first one is that we focus stronger, as we do as well in the strategy, that we focus much stronger on circularity. We focus stronger on material efficiency and advanced materials. And another good thing about that revision will be that we will be able in future to support research initiatives all over Europe and worldwide, because we can offer to you research opportunities like Eureka or Aranet. Finally, let's have a look of our international lightweighting activities. I want to give you 3 examples here. So the first one is the market entry program for small and medium-sized enterprises, and that is a program financed by our ministry, mainly for SMEs and mainly for supporting SMEs doing business abroad in interesting target markets. And we do use that program a lot for lightweighting purposes. You can see some countries where we have used it. The second interesting tool for boosting international collaboration is the Foreign Trade Fair program. And here we have started a common booth last year. It is called Sustainable Lightweighting, and so we can address trade fairs in Asia, US, and in Europe as well. The third example I'm going to present to you is maybe the most important one. It is the European Lightweighting Network, ELN. I don't know if you have heard about it. It is an initiative we have started in 2020, and it is driven by countries like Austria, Sweden, Belgium, Spain, and Germany. And the goal is to organize networking on the governmental level. We want to bring together the responsible colleagues in the ministries, in the member states, together with industry, together with research and with the EU Commission to boost lightweighting. And the goal is here that we want to develop a common view on the lightweighting potential in Europe, and that we want to contribute to the Green Deal goals with that initiative. Yes, and how do we want to achieve these goals? I guess the most important tool to achieve this goal is to talk about and to develop a European lightweighting strategy. That could be very interesting, because that's maybe the base for shaping the lightweighting framework in Europe. So that's important. And the second activity could be as well important, joint research agenda. And the third one, just to mention a lightweighting hub in Brussels. That means an office, a person who is responsible for lightweighting and who is supporting lightweighting on the European level. And so we will have a meeting, the third ELN meeting in June, and that will take place in Sweden, in Stockholm. So, to sum it up, from our point of view, lightweighting is crucial for the transformation of industry. It is very important for many materials, for many industries, and so we think we should shape the framework for that very important technology. But, and there is a but in the story, we have to, the challenge will be circularity and recycling, and I guess that's especially for composites a challenge, and we have to work on it. We have to push for sustainable solutions, because sustainable solutions like circularity and recycling is very important for composites, and it is decisive for the acceptance of society and politics. So, that's it from my side. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Werner, for this amazing presentation. Now we have time for some questions. If there are any questions from the audience, if you can just raise your hand, and the hostess will give you the microphone. Well, I have one question, Werner, from my side. What are some of the key future developments and trends that we can expect to see in the field of lightweight technology and materials, and how will they impact various industries and the European economy as a whole? What do you think?
Yes, politically speaking, I think what I have mentioned is very important, to work on sustainable solutions, especially in the field of composites. So closing the loop, that's very important, keeping as many materials, as many elements in the cycle as possible, so that we can disassemble them and separate them. And so from our point of view, recycling and circularity is key, and we should work on that together to work on sustainable solutions. And so I guess we will have a great future, especially for composites.
Thank you very much, Werner, for your answer. If there are no further questions from the audience, I think the session can end here. I would like to thank all of our fantastic speaker today, Werner LOSCHEIDER. Please give him a round of applause from everybody.
Okay, thank you.
To continue the conversation about lightweight in Europe, please come back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. here in the Agora 5. We will welcome George Kotsikos, Project Officer from the European Commission Health and Digital Executive Agency, who will share the European Commission perspective about advanced lightweight materials, and it will be followed by a panel discussions on the challenges and opportunities of lightweight made in Europe. So looking forward to see you all tomorrow in the morning, and have a nice evening. Thank you, Werner.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. Have a nice evening.